value isn't that important, and maybe that isn't that important to me. And you know, when you do things like that, what starts to happen is you don't care at the moment because you're in bliss with love, right? Hey, it's your girl Princess Lashaun, and I'm back with another video. And today we are going to be talking about dating. Yes, dating, okay? Because I feel like this is important, especially for this generation of people. Just for reference, so y'all know, your girl is 25, okay? 25. I will be 26 this year, so I think it's kind of interesting, the dynamics of the dating world now. So one thing that I noticed is that a lot of people date most of the time for the wrong reasons. This just isn't our generation, but this is a lot of generations. You date for the wrong reasons, and I mean that in the sense that, you know, sometimes you're dating because the person looks good, which is cute. You know, physical appearance is cute or whatever, but it is not the end all be all. And I feel like the older you get, the more you start to appreciate other qualities about a person. I say this because when people are dating for looks, then you start to see that the relationship is crumbling for other reasons. It's crumbling because did you really even have anything in common with this person? And going from, did you have anything in common? Do you have the same views? Do you have the same morals? Are your goals the same? Your love languages? Like, what is it that you guys could connect on a deeper level with? So because they haven't learned to understand themselves on a deeper level, they get into shallow relationships. So if you want something that is truly fulfilling and something that you feel like will last for a good amount of time, if that's something that you're looking for a relationship with longevity, you have to find someone that you feel like you can sync with. You know, I don't feel like you have to be identical, but I do think that there are things that you have to have in common, and there's things that you have to both appreciate. And if you don't have that, you will really have a hard time making it work. If you're a fighter like me and you're in a relationship with someone that is not compatible in a lot of ways, of course, in the beginning, you're gonna try. So if you are out there and you feel like you're trying and you feel like nothing is working, that might be a sign that that person is not necessarily for you. Now, I don't know anything about your relationship, so don't take that for face value, right? You know your relationship better than I do. But if you guys have different beliefs and you guys have different view systems and you can't come to a point where you can understand their perspective and they can understand yours, and you can kind of just like create your own dynamic, it might be a sign that it's not necessarily going to work. And then you also want to put in consideration that if it's not working now when you're in your younger years, you're going to grow together, right? So what if you have children and then your belief system is different from theirs? That could be a little hard, because you, especially if you're a strong individual and you want your children to understand your views, you want them to see the world through your lens, that'll be kind of hard. So when you're dating, it is important for you, especially dating for a greater purpose. When you're dating for a greater purpose, I think it's important for you to at least see if you and the person are lining up. Are you lining up? Do you feel like you have things that you can actually build a solid foundation on? And do you feel like it's something that will last, right? So for all my people that are out there dating, and dating with purpose, make sure you get to know that person. Ask the important questions. Ask the questions that no one wants to ask, you know? It's okay to ask the uncomfortable questions, because guess what? They're gonna come up anyway. And do you really want them to come up when you already started to invest these feelings and you start to care about the person? Because when people start to invest feelings and care about people, then they start to compromise. And then they start saying, well, maybe that value isn't that important, and maybe that isn't that important to me. And you know, when you do things like that, what starts to happen is you don't care at the moment because you're in bliss with love, right? Then time goes on, and the thing that you said you didn't care about changing for them, you start to care, because you're like, why did I do that for them? I should have never did that for them. And then there starts to be some form of resentment. You don't want any resentment towards your partner because you made a conscious choice to change yourself for them. So just choose somebody that agrees with you, so that's not something that you have to resent them for. Anyway, if you guys have had any experiences like this, or if it's something that you guys are struggling from, or you're trying to find somebody that is similar to you, just write some comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you know when I post my next video, and I will see you guys later.